So in this video, I want to talk about my child's specific autism because I truly believe, as being a spectrum, there's all different types of autism and how it manifests in the human body. I also believe there are some types of autism that go through an evolutionary stage to improve and to become a different form. And then there are some autisms that kind of persist regardless of intervention because that's the purpose they serve in the world. So I know early on I wanted to be in the camp of those kids that would progress with different interventions and pretty much overcome a lot of their symptoms, because I saw the symptoms of autism as negating a positive life, right? So of course I want my child to overcome everything possible to live the best life possible. So that was a lot of my intention the early years of my son's life. But most of the time, my son didn't respond very well to the external kind of interventions that we tried. However, he always seemed to respond well to connection, relationship, and any energetic shifts I made toward acceptance and towards really celebrating him as he was. So, by the process of, I would say, eliminating interventions, I found energy to be the intervention that my son enjoys and responds to. So I think overall, my idea of the autistic body is one of being very energetically sensitive and very tuned in to the energies around them. And so by default, you're going to be affected by lower vibrational energies as well as higher vibrational energies. And it's all about how you integrate and function and use those energies. And if you have a supportive parent who understands and recognizes your nature, then you're one step ahead, being able to integrate and really live out your gifts, in my opinion. So with my son, I found early on that he couldn't speak, but he could communicate to me telepathically. And a lot of times I didn't trust that, and I was kind of weirded out, like, why am I getting this idea that my son wants this from the kitchen or wants to do this? But then I would do it and he was satisfied and that was what he wanted. And even a few times people caught him like looking in my eyes and me saying, "No, Liam, we can't do that right now." They're like, what do what are you doing? I'm like, I received this message, this question telepathically, and I didn't even recognize that I was doing it for a long time. So I think there's a lot of neural coupling, and if we have been together in the same body and form with that child already, giving birth. Now this can happen also if you adopt a child with autism, but definitely if the child is in utero, inside you guys are sharing that space. So it's not so weird to me that we would have an ability to communicate beyond words, especially when that is the challenge that my child then has in life with muscles and with his body. So I also feel like my child led me to the people that were supportive of relationships and would teach me the skills and the techniques to really meet my son where he was. And then he led me to a program called RPM that uses letter boards and stencils and spelling to basically express your thoughts in words. Now, it's not my child's preferred method of communication, but also telepathically, and energetically, he has led to me that he wants to work on that to be more communicative in the 3D world, even though he is highly communicative in the 5D and other dimensional spaces. So definitely my child has opened my world to the dimensions of life, to the energies that exist outside of what just our senses, our five senses, can experience. And I think it's important. I think there's probably parents who are starting to feel this way, and they're thinking, they're doubting themselves, and they're like, no, I'm going crazy, or that can't be possible. And I feel at this time in our life, we just want to tell families, like, yes, telepathic communication between parents and children exists and should be honored, and it should be recognized as true communication from the child. And, you know, whether or not you have supportive situations and places that honor that, and I don't think it's the only way of communication that our kids want to have, because it definitely can't always be generalized to other people. But it is a very, very grounding, secure kind of attachment situation where a child knows a parent hears them and will honor and respect their requests. So I would say, if your child is feeling, if your child is manifesting complete dis-ease and dysregulation all the time, they may be trying to communicate and it's not getting across, and just really finding a way to open your field to that child and tune into your child. What are you expressing to me? Where can we go from here? And I'm here. I'm here to love you and take care of you and support you in all the ways you need in this life. So you'll see me working with my son on his communication skills with the letter boards. He's not completely fluent where I can't just hold a board up and ask him any question and he can just respond to me, right? We work towards it. We build tolerance in a session that might take 30 to an hour to actually get regulated enough with eyes and hands to then communicate his own thoughts. I do provide a lot of choices and sometimes just spelling practice because that helps him and his body get grounded. So not that I'm speaking for him, but I'm actually giving him the body practice. You'll see sometimes in our videos. So I also feel like Liam really benefits energetically when we're sitting and we're looking at cards and visual representations and the energies from other people who've channeled energy. Like, that feels like home to him. So whether or not you might sense he's looking away, he's doing things, his body does all different types of regulation. That doesn't look always like a neurotypical person. But my sense when I'm with him is that he's really enjoying our exploration together. And he's led me to want to do art with him too, and help him build the fine motor skills to express that more and be more independent in that area. So that's another kind of, you know, energetic pulse I get from him and leading that then enhances his life and hopefully the lives of others. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and my kind of interpretation of my child's autism. You may have a different interpretation of your child's autism or autism in general, and I totally respect that. I just think it's important to share our perspective, especially as we delve more into videos and creating content to encourage families like ourselves. Thanks for watching. So Liam, I was telling our friends on YouTube how you have autism, but your type of autism is part of your soul's plan. So you came here to have the body you have, to express the gifts that you have through autism, and persevering through some of the challenges that we face and being grounded and being present on this earth, and that I'm here to support you in all that as your mom and your partner. And I was telling our friends how you can communicate without words. You're very beyond verbal, right? But that we work on communication with our letter boards and with spelling, because not everyone can understand you the way that mom can, right? And we want everyone to know how awesome you are. So I thought we could decide together to do an art project this week based on our last energy reading. There were some images that popped up. We had a Pisces fish, we had a dragonfly, and we had lightning bolts. Which one of those would you like? So F for fish, lightning bolt, or dragonfly. So what do you want to do? So we're going over to the D. Okay, let's spell it. D-R, up to it, A, and, okay, G, and O, and the N, a dragon, yeah, right there, F, and L, and Y. Awesome. We will make an awesome dragonfly craft. And we're so excited to share more of our content and our art exploration here with you guys on YouTube. All right, say